So I've been asked to do a review of this stamp, which is made in H13 hot work tool steel. This video is the heat treat and some testing of this stamp. It was made by Golundigan on Australian Blade Forums and Bushcraft Oz. The finish is excellent. It looks black because I've actually heat treated it already. I know I didn't film the intro, but anyway, that's alright. I have tested it as well, but I'm just about to do the last test for the review. But you can watch the rest first. Thank you. So here we are, heat treating a hot work punch. Excuse me while I adjust the air. See how the set's going up to 1055 there. We want to keep it at around 1050. So just by adjusting the amount of air going into the forge, keeping the mixture as rich as possible, I can bring that back where I want it. So I'm just adjusting the air up on the burner. Any good burner for a forge is going to have some form of air adjustment, so you can do this. Bring it back there, 1051. I'd call that close enough. It's within the error of the thermometer. Oh, going back up a bit less. You can also back the pressure off, but backing the pressure off means more free air in the furnace. More free air in the furnace means that you're going to get more scale, and in the case of this punch, any scale at all is going to ruin the touch mark. Keep coming back. We might drop the pressure in a second. Now we've closed it off that much, but anyway, come down here and just have a look in there. Get this brick out of the way so you can all see. Sitting down there, that rectangular thing. Of course, moving the bricks cause the temperature to drop in there, so I'll have to pull around with that. Now this is an inch thick by about 1/4 inch, and it's fairly thick. It's been soaking in there already for about 5 minutes. I know it's up to temp. The punch itself is the same colour as the thermocouple. So I'm going to pull it out and quench it. Being hot work tool steel, the quench is to go into this air quench. I'm going to speed it up a little bit by using compressed air. Quench punch. So there's the stamp. As you can see, there's no appreciable scale on it. Actually, there was no scale on it at all until I hit it with that first blast of compressed air. Right, we're going to try and film this. Being hot work tool steel, should have hardened up between somewhere around 55 to 60, maybe a bit more. Now that's scraping off the scale, but it's not biting on the steel. It's 55 Rockwell. And that's 60 and that's biting. So it's somewhere between 55 and 60 Rockwell. So there it is there back in the furnace, which is up around 420, which should be fine. So that'll temper it out. I'll just temper it in there for a little while till the actual piece reads 400, and I'll pull it out and cool it. Alright, well now we've just got to prove the thing works. This is 5160 spring steel. Now I'll go and clean it up and we'll have a look. Oh my god, that looks sexy. Oh. Looks like a good start anyway. Well, here's the stamp. And there's the imprint. Rock. I am pretty happy with that. Alright, for this, the final test, I've got some steel here. The steel is 52-100 and it's annealed, so it's soft. The main use of H13 tool steel is obviously not to punch cold steel, it's to punch hot steel, but I'm betting it's going to work just fine. But the hardness is very good, remember. Just try and keep everything firm. The punch geometry, as in the name, my mark, is not optimal for this type of work. Ideally it would be sharper, so that's less than optimal. That as they say in the movies, I think I've just got to hit that a bit harder. I've just got to get a feel for it a bit there. I think that's about the best I'm going to be able to get. With this punch on this steel. So this is the result of those punches that I just made. You see my first one, I wasn't set up very well. Here we go. Oh, there goes the punch. Come here. And this is the punch. Yeah. I've had a good look at this and it all looks pretty good to me, actually. But this geometry, all these flat faces that I've got on my mark are definitely not optimal for punching. It would be better to have a sharp indentation. Be much easier to stamp with a lot less force used to get a nice deep impression. So consider, if somebody was getting one of these made, my review would be that this H13 tool steel is excellent. Can be used on annealed steel and on well, I've only done it 4 times. Obviously I could just bash away and see how long it lasts, but if it were me, with this punch I'm going to be using for hot work. So there's really no point in that for me. I'm going to make this my hot work touch mark. So the last thing I do when I forge a blade will be to pull it out and give it a tap with this if I'm going to mark it with this or not etch it. Obviously a lot less mucking around than an etch. But if I was going to do it cold, I'd get something made up with a thinner. All these flat surfaces that I'm trying to impress on the steel make it very hard. So yeah, nice sharp lines would be much better. Quite the opposite to an etch. Like with an etch, these broad surfaces work much better. Yeah, not much more I can say. That worked. Obviously I just need to clean those up a little bit. But yeah,